Hello everybody and welcome back to Screen Stars. I'm here today to bring you my review for episode 6 of season 3's The Grand Tour, and this episode is called Chinese Food for Thought, and the clues in the title here, the guys are off to China in this episode. So far this season has been probably pretty much a series of ups with probably a couple of very minor downs. And again we get another reasonably strong episode here. However, not the strongest in this series so far, but it was a lot of fun, as these episodes usually always are. Even a weak Grand Tour episode is usually highly entertaining. And like I said, the guys are off to China in this episode. And it starts off with Clarkson looking at a massively luxurious Chinese car that was valued at something like £800,000, which was just ridiculous really when you considered what it weighed and what you got with it. So the guys came up with an idea, and they all turned up to China in big luxurious cars to show the Chinese that you can buy second-hand luxurious cars that are better than this big hulking thing that Clarkson drives at the beginning of the episode. So you've got Hammond in a Cadillac. You have, who's in the Merc? It's James May is in a Merc, and Clarkson's in a BMW. And they undertake a series of challenges around China, a city that looks absolutely amazing actually when they show you some of the architecture and they talk about some of the achievements they've made just since the 80s. It sounds like a fantastic place. So some of the challenges that they have to go through here, and I'll name just a few of them. They have to go around a track with some firecrackers attached to the car, with some flame-throwing drones following them around, seeing if they can set off the firecrackers to test what, I don't know, but it was certainly fun to watch. And you get an introduction to all the cars, etc. And they're all second-hand. I think the most expensive one was £8,000, I think it might have been, for the BMW. I could be wrong, but I think it was about that. Then we get the Conversation Street, and the Conversation Street this week was still entertaining, and it was mainly Chinese themed Conversation Street stuff, and it was pretty good. Not as good as last week's, but it was certainly good. And then you get Richard Hammond, who got to test drive a Chinese supercar called the EP9, which I quite like the fact now that most episodes they make reference to the fact that Hammond crashes a lot. And the last time he had a crash, and he made some comparisons to the last car he crashed in, was it Series 1 or Series 2? I can't remember now. When he broke his knee and stuff, he made some comparisons to the EP9 to that one, and the EP9 was more powerful in pretty much all areas. So I do like the fact that they keep making reference about him crashing all the time, and they've sewn it well into the series now. In fact, they make reference to it in this episode as well, right at the end, with another staged crash, if you like. So after he does the track test and stuff with the EP9, he does a track round the lap to see how far it comes up on the lap, which obviously I won't spoil. And then it's back to China for some more escapades in regards to the 3 luxurious cars that they've all taken over, their second-hand ones. And again, they do things like they hire some chauffeurs to drive it around, and then they upgrade the cars. I think May puts a sauna in his, Clarkson turns his into a bed, and Hammond turns his into like a gym. And then it kind of finishes with like this big slalom race on this really windy road, and at that point one of the cars doesn't make it, and I'm not going to tell you which one obviously, but one of the cars has a critical breakdown and fails. So yeah, it was a good episode this week. I enjoyed it. It was a good challenge. It was a lot of fun to watch. However, again, I've mentioned this previously in reviews, I don't like it so much when it feels staged, and there were aspects of this episode again felt a little bit too staged for me, even though it was very entertaining and fun to watch. So I'm going to give this episode an 8 out of 10. Loads of fun, Still on track, looking forward to the next episode, and I think this series is really on a high. I can't think of any episodes that have been particularly weak, even though there have been obviously ones stronger than others. So thanks for watching, everybody, and of course I shall see you next time on Screen Stars.